Using the replay feature, I'm going to show you guys an example trade that we took today using the S&P 500 micro contracts or the MES contracts. So the first thing that we were looking for was a liquidity sweep. And we had that liquidity sweep with these equal highs right over here that we formed in pre-market. The second thing that we wanted to see was a high time frame rejection of a fair value gap, particularly on the 15-minute or the hour time frame. So when we go to the 15-minute time frame, you guys can see we had this 15-minute fair value gap right over here that we ended up rejecting. Now, the third thing that we wanted to see was a breaker, a market structure shift, or a CISD. And we had a breaker on the 5-minute right over here. So the next thing that we wanted to see was displacement in the form of a fair value gap. On the 5-minute, we did have this displacement going into our breaker. So we're gonna mark this 5-minute fair value gap. So what we did is set up our short position at the middle of this fair value gap. We ended up setting our stop loss at the top of our liquidity sweep. And for take profits, we ended up setting up a 2-for-1 ratio trade. So let's just see how this trade played out. You guys can see we reached entry, and this is where we entered this trade. And then we immediately started dropping until we reached our price target. So you guys can see this was a very good trade that we ended up taking today. And this is why it's important to always have a solid entry model that you can always lean on and depend on before you start trading.